Prototype was one of the most chaotic games I ever played growing up, and I still love it to this day. Today we're going to talk about what made Prototype such a special game and why being a villain is so much fun. Most of you that are watching this video probably already know what Prototype is, but in case you don't, Alex Mercer is the main character of the first Prototype game. He's a bioengineered super soldier who can shapeshift, absorb the biomass of other living beings, and use the genetic memories to learn new abilities. He's also incredibly strong, fast, and agile. Prototype is set in a post-apocalyptic version of New York City. The city was ravaged by a virus that has turned most of the population into mindless, bloodthirsty mutants. Alex Mercer is one of the few survivors, and he's determined to find out who created the virus and why. While playing as Alex Mercer, you have a number of abilities at your disposal. His main feature is shapeshifting. Alex can change his shape and form to become a variety of different creatures, grab onto vehicles. Alex can also absorb the genetic memories of the other beings to learn about their past and their skills. Of course, Alex being the super being that he is, he has super strength for lifting and grabbing onto a ton of vehicles, super speed for running or jumping up buildings, and he's super agile for any combat scenario and dodging. One of the things that makes Prototype's combat so much fun is the sheer variety of ways you can approach it. You can use shape-shifting abilities, each with their own unique strengths and weaknesses. You can use things like the tendrils to rip apart tanks and helicopters. He can turn his hands into razor-sharp claws to shred and cut his victims. You can transform them into stretchy, flexible whip with the blade on the end of it to hit enemies dozens of meters away from him. He can change his arms into armor. And then there's my personal favorite, the blade. Alex can turn his arm into a massive curved blade, which is sharp enough to take down hunters in just a mere second and cut through tanks like butter. Using the blade to shred through mobs of enemies was one of my favorite things to do as Alex. There really is so many different styles and ways you can play as him. You can also use your environment to your advantage using cars, buildings, and other objects as weapons. You can absorb the likeness of nearly any civilian or soldier. For example, grabbing onto a higher ranked soldier and changing their appearance, changing your appearance to them, would allow you into the bases to cause more destruction and find another soldier with an ability you want to learn. The city of New York is actually your playground, and you can practically do anything you want. Prototype is one of the few games out there where you technically are the villain, or at least it feels like you are. It has that feeling of playing a Spider-Man game, but as Venom, which hopefully we get in the latest Spider-Man 2 game coming out later this year. You are the anti-hero. Alex has his motives, but he is not afraid to destroy everything and anyone. The game gives you that freedom to destroy everything or selectively destroy what you deem necessary. And that destruction gets taken to an even higher level and Prototype 2. This video was mainly going to be talking about the first game, but we might as well talk a little about the second. So in Prototype 2, it takes place 14 months after the events of the first game. In this one, you play as James Heller, a soldier who gets infected with the virus after his family is killed by Alex Mercer. Overall, I still enjoyed my time with Prototype 2, and it was mainly because the gameplay felt smoother. I actually like James Heller as a character. The downside of the second game is it felt a lot more linear, and it had less freedom and powers compared to the first. I'm still indifferent on it though, because I love the Prototype series. In a way, I wish they kept on playing as Alex Mercer because I loved him as a character in the first. He wasn't the most developed, but I still think it would have been cool to see him continue his legacy into the second game. Instead, they decided to have him corrupted by the virus and a lust to destroy humanity. Being a superhuman virus being is expected to happen. Like I said, I still love the game. There's just something about one being a specific character with superpowers and having an entire open world with an urban setting that feels great. With the technology we have today, I can only hope we get more games like Prototype, Infamous, or another superhero MMO someday. For those of you that don't know, I just replayed Infamous recently, and I actually had a ton of fun replaying it. I'm hoping to continue on to the second game, play through Festival of Blood, and even play Second Son soon enough. I will be doing a playthrough of Prototype 1 and 2 eventually as well, sometime this year, just not sure at this time. But for now, let me know in the comments if you have any memories of the Prototype games. Tap that like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.